Hello, people around the globe. This is Dr. Sanjay Kumar. Salam, Namaste, Assalamu alaikum, good evening, good morning, good night. How are you all? Hope you all are doing great, wonderful. This is Dr. Sanjay
Yes.
Kumar back again with a wonderful, great, and amazing personality. Today we have. Let's move to our guest to know more about him. Welcome to our show. How are you, sir?
I'm fine, thank you. How about you too?
I'm great too. I'm grateful to you that you came to my show. Thank you so much once again. It is my
Th-
honor, my privilege. Thank you. Would
You're
you please
welcome.
introduce yourself to our viewers?
Okay, my name is Stanley Smiles Mani. I'm from Jos Plateau State in Nigeria. I'm based in Nigeria. I am the founder of the Smiles Foundation and also a convener and founder of a campaign called Part a Girl Campaign Initiative. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Viewers, we have Stanley from the Nigeria, a politician, a motivator, a public speaker, a writer. Let's move to him to know more about him. Stanley, please share your life journey to our viewers from your childhood till what you are today and what struggle you have faced during your this life journey. So please share your life struggle and life journey to our viewers.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. Um, I grew up in a family of three boys, and I happen to be the second. We are boys. We don't have a lady in the family. Of course, because we don't have the lady in the family, I decided to take it upon myself to be the lady in the house, being the second born. So whatever things that ladies were doing in the house, I was taking charge of everything. I became the chef in the house. I do the house chores, everything, and I finally became so. When I started doing all this, I learned that there are other things that you need to do, and not just sitting and allowing women or ladies to do everything for you. There are certain things that you should be able to do for as a man to support your household and other people in your environment. So that was where I started, and by the grace of God today, I've been awarded as he for she ambassador because of my support and awareness initiative to support the girl child. And that was how I started loving and advocating for the right of women, and also working to see that women get the equality they're fighting for, and also to see that women get involved in government politics and other things that concerns them. So I've been advocating for women in issues of gender-based violence, issues of rape, issues of wife battery, issues of abuse, and then also menstrual hygiene. That is why I decided to come up with a program. The name of the title of the program is Part a Girl Child Initiative. In Part a Girl Child Initiative, it is a program whereby we distribute sanitary pad to ladies in vulnerable communities, in rural communities that cannot be able to afford sanitary pad to be able to make them have pure hygiene and menstrual hygiene. Because a lot of ladies out there are using rags, which is unhygienic for them to use rags. Some of them expose their genital system to a lot of diseases by using, some of them use dirty rags. So we decided to come up with the Part a Girl Child initiative to be able to support and see that a lot of girls in vulnerable communities have access to free sanitary pads so that they can be able to enjoy and have free access to menstrual hygiene. Thank you.
Amazing, you are doing wonderful job on gender equality and feminism. So you are doing great job. My question to you is you are
Thank
a
you.
founder of the Dr. Smiley NGO, from whom you
Yes.
inspired to open the NGO and what this NGO is all about. So please tell us.
Okay. The NGO is all about educating the child, the boy and the girl child, and also supporting orphans in orphanage homes. We have a lot of orphanage homes here due to war and other issues that has affected parents of other people. So they became orphans. So we have been supporting orphans and orphanage homes with relief materials, food items, and other things that they can be able to make them live happy. We support them with books, educational materials to see that they're able to be in school. And then some which who cannot afford to pay school fees, we support them with school fees, those in public schools and other places. And then due to that, this is where, because we were working with students and pupils in secondary school, in primary school, and orphanage. That was where decided to see the issues of menstrual hygiene now, because we discovered that a lot of girls are using rags, which is unhygienic for them. And as you can see, statistics have shown that girls stay off school for a whole week due to their inability to access resources to buy parts. So every month, thereby affecting their time and concentration in school, because they feel I cannot go to school because I'm on menstruation and I cannot have access to sanitary pad. So what if I go to school and then this is on my period and then I discover that I'm menstruating in the class and all that. So it affects a lot of girls to be able to make it to school. So this is where we decided to come with this initiative that okay, let's support the girls, because now sanitary pads are more expensive than anybody should have afford. They are more expensive now. A lot of things have risen. So we decided to say, okay, let's get support from government, from few individuals who are willing to support, to see that we buy more sanitary pads and distribute to rural communities, vulnerable communities, orphanage homes, and also schools to young girls and girls in public and private schools. So this is what the NGO has been doing so far, advocating for right of women, equality, speaking out for rape, uh, providing justice for victim of rape and sexual assault, providing justice for victim of wife battery. Uh, uh, Wife battery is a process whereby a husband a husband maltreated his wife. Is either she's into business, and then each time she does the business and bring the money, the husband will collect the money and not give her the money. So this is what we call wife battery. You collect the money your wife works for, and you don't give her money. So she cannot leave your house because she doesn't have the resources and or anywhere to go, because each thing she does, you as a man collect the money from her. So we fight such things to also educate women to be able to be free from such issues. And then also abuses, children abuse, early marriages. A lot of families send their children to early marriages because of poverty and hunger. They can't afford to feed them, so they decide to just take them out to just give them for marriage so that the men out there can take. Some of them end up sending their wife to older men. You can imagine a man of 58 years, 50 years getting married to a lady or a girl of 13, 15 to 18 years. Sometimes they're not up to 18, 13, 14, 15. You could see a lady of that age getting married to somebody who is older than her, old enough to even be her grandfather or even her ancestor. But she's getting married to you because of lack of food and other poverty. So this is what we, the Smiles Foundation, are doing to see that we stop and get more women and girls back, so that we're trying to break the cycle, to give them advocating, and then we break the cycle of all forms of violence against women to have the equality which they stand for. Thank you.
Amazing. Your NGO is working on gender equality, advocating the women about their rights, about their menstrual hygiene, educate the children. You are doing great job. Amazing. Thank you so much. My
Thank you.
question to you is that can you please share about Nigeria, their culture, Nigerian culture, peoples, and about their environments, about religion, so people may become more familiar, more aware about the Nigeria. Or do you?
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. Nigeria is is a peace-loving country. We have lovely people. We have a lot of tourism and culture here in Nigeria. We have exhibitions of arts, culture, and other relevant technologies. Well, Nigeria is really trying, even though it has poor performance and poor some of the things going on here are really poor, but then we still have a lot of things that the government is trying to put in place to see that a lot of people benefit from so many things. Well, in terms of infrastructure, Nigeria is trying. In terms of education, Nigeria is trying. And also in terms of commerce and industry, where the market is coming place, we're also trying. The tourism sector and other places is cool. Nigeria is a tourist country. Yeah, I must say it has a beautiful tourism sector, and then we have a lot of mountains, a lot of hills, a lot of beautiful art. We have artists. We have a lot of beautiful cultures. We have a lot of display culture. We have people, uh, loving their culture and then demonstrating their culture. We have a lot of things. Nigeria is a place to be actually. It's a home for all. Even though we have the bad ones, we have the good ones, but we shouldn't just bend on saying this is bad, this is no. We have other places that you could come, see, and then go. A lot of beautiful places. Just like Pakistan. I here in Nigeria believe Pakistan is a war environment because sometimes we hear about the war going on there and the things going on. We watch in Al Jazeera, in CNN, a lot of TV. We see people they're fighting. We see bomb, a lot of things going on. We see a lot of gas explosion and all that. So it's the same thing. We just every country has its ups and downs. Every country has the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I'm not saying Nigeria is 100% perfect. We have our own issues when it comes to war, Boko Haram, and all that, fighting and then molesting young girls, adopting people, kidnapping children in school, and other things. But the government is working hard to see that all these things are being curtailed. We're trying to see that all these things are not to continue. We're trying to see that we stop them, and that is what the government is doing. Thank you so much.
Amazing. You shared about your country, your culture, your people. Thank you so much for sharing such a wonderful information about your culture and about your people. My question to you is that as you are a politician, how you came into politics and what inspired you to come into politics and share a little bit about yourself being a politician. Or
Okay. Uh, Thank you so much for that question. Well, we believe in politics, we have a lot of good and bad people in politics. And then there's a saying that says that if the good people don't come out to vote or to be voted for, we will end up being governed by a superior. So we decided to say we don't want to be governed by a superior anymore. We need to come out and showcase our own talent. So in politics, what actually inspired me to be in politics is because we feel most of the people that are powerful these days are people that are in government. If you're not in government, you will not be powerful. If you're not in government, you will not have access to so many things. If you're not in government, you don't have access to security. If you're not in government, you don't have access to welfare. If you're not in government, you don't have access to educations and other things that can be able to have. So we from the humanitarian setting decide to come out to join politics so that we can be able to use the extra resources we'll be getting from politics to support more people. We are not going to politics because we want to buy more cars, we want to build more houses, we want to go travel overseas, travel to Dubai for vacations and all that. No, we are going to join politics because we want to see that the allowances that are being given from the houses of assembly, houses of reps, and all that, we can be able to use those allowances to support more people, more vulnerable communities to have access to water and sanitization hygiene, have access to good road, have access to education, People in vulnerable communities should have access also to road, good road, education, food, and all that. So we're trying to go, we're being in politics because we want to support more people to have access to the things that were being hijacked, things that they couldn't get access because of the superior or the past government have done so somehow so far. So we are trying to join politics to see that we'll be able to change the narrative of bad governance in our country, change the narrative of bad road, bad education, and bring good education, good road, and see that those people in abject poverty are being met their need and also being catered for. Thank you.
Amazing. You join politics to help more people. Thank you so much. You are doing wonderful job.
Thank you. Thank you.
My question to you that what are your opinion about Pakistan before this interview? I need honest answer.
Okay. Um, my message to Pakistans that are listening to me, I appreciate you all for the time. Appreciate you all for your efforts to host me and listening to me. I appreciate you greatly. I also I've been hearing a lot about Pakistan actually, but more of the things I've been hearing about Pakistan are war, war, and war. But then we're praying that the Lord Almighty will continue to bless us more, to be able to see us through all the hardship in life, the war, and all that, so that we can be able to live in peace within our country, peace with our neighboring countries, peace in the Pakistan, in Nigeria, and all other places that are known for war and other forms of violence. So I appreciate each and every one of you for your time and sacrifices. I pray that we'll also do the same over there. I pray that I encourage you in Pakistan that if there's anything that you do, if you're getting any access to funding and other things, and you know that a lot of vulnerable people are closer to you there, you should be willing to support more people. Yeah, this is the time for all of us to support people in vulnerable communities, in vulnerable area, to see that you can be able to help. If you have access to somebody that has no education and has nobody to support him in education, you should be able to help that person through education, and make sure that that person becomes, because education is the key right now. If you're not educated, there are certain things that you will not have access to. So if you're able to give education to your world, people closer to you, the people staying with you, people living with you, people in your community will fight all this war. Because a lot of people who are educated now will not want to be known for violence. The people who are known for violence are people who have no access to education. So because they have no access to education, they feel those who have access to education are superior. They feel those who have access to education have no right to live because they didn't have what those people have. That is why they are fighting. They're bringing all sorts of things to see that they bring those people down. But if we have each and everybody being educated, even if the person is not working but is educated, he will be able to know, okay, yes, if I'm supposed to do bad thing, I will know that, oh, because I'm educated, these things I'm supposed to do doesn't make sense. So everybody, I'm encouraging everybody to embrace peace, love one another, and also to support the best people closer to you that as you can. And God will bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Amazing. You said a lot of wonderful things to my country. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
My question to you that how we end corruption in the world.
Um, well, the thing is, corruption has its way. We cannot be fighting corruption in our society, in our country, without without putting some certain things to work in. For example, if I should become the president of this country today, there are certain things that I can be able to fight, and there are certain things I cannot be able to do. Even those people who are fighting corruption have been trying their best to see that, yes, they have been doing amazingly great. But corruption is still in existence. Why? Because a lot of people want to be superior by themselves. For example, if I should award a contract of a million naira contract and then I give the contract to my brother, my junior brother. That is being nepotic. For us to fight corruption, we have to fight nepotism. For example, if you want to give a contract to somebody, it mustn't come from your brother, your mother, or somebody who is close to you. If you want to give somebody job, you should get somebody that has no connection with you whatsoever, somebody who is not related to you. That person will do a great job. And then, but if you give somebody who is related to you, that person will do what you want him to do. But for example, if I become the president and decide to give my friend a contract of 1 million naira to do, my friend might not do the contract as it pleases me, and I cannot be able to shout on him because he is my friend. If I want to talk to him about what he did and it's not right, I'll be like, oh, he's my friend. I can't shout on him. Okay, I'll just let him be. That is corruption. But if you give it to somebody that you don't know, you can be able to shout and say, hey, you didn't do what I asked you to do. Go back and do this thing. Do make sure you do it well. I can be able to say that thing. Do make sure you do it well. I cannot shout on my brother. I cannot shout on my junior brother. And that is what a corruption. And secondly, we need to make we need to improve in government and other infrastructural development in our country. For example, if I don't have good roads in my area and I finally become the president, I would like to bring development to my area. If I should bring development to my area, a lot of people will not be happy because I'm bringing just for my area. I've been elected for people. I've been elected to serve people, but I'm bringing development to my own community only because I feel I grew up and then I don't have access to that I want to do. And then secondly, if the government is bad itself, even if I become the president, I will not want to go back. A lot of people want to maintain the big man status they already have. Nobody wants to be rich and then come back to be poor. So most of the things that is encouraging corruption is that because a lot of people don't want to be known for wealth, and then they should come back to become persons who live in poverty. So a lot of people rather would like to be corrupt in order to keep the money for their family to be able to maintain that rich status they have been. If you, for example, if you become the governor and then tomorrow you come back as a governor and you don't have a car, a lot of people will be laughing at you and say, what has he done when he was governor? Not even a car he didn't afford. But if you can be able to see and do this, you can be able to fight corruption. So that is my what I'm trying to say. That we should be able to stop nepotism. We should embrace everybody and willing to work with everybody. And then we in government should be able to set examples and work on things that tomorrow we can benefit. Because if I'm not doing something to benefit, I might not want to go back to the old places I am because I want to maintain the rich status I am known for. So I would rather want to loot money to keep supporting my children, to be going for vacation and maintain the rich. We have a lot of people who will not have expensive houses, will not have expensive cars, but they're lawmakers. But here in Nigeria, our lawmakers are entitled to have about 6, 7 to 8 cars, have security following them, a lot of things. So, for example, if somebody have access, somebody who has no access to about 8 cars following him with securities, aides, media aides, TV reporters, and all that, that person will not loot money. But if that person is looting, there should be a system of government that should at least scrap those things. At least a lawmaker, elected lawmaker or elected member should be entitled to at least 3 cars with a security, not less than 10. But if you have 7 cars following you, you have 10, you have 10 to 20 security men following you. You have those, for example, those 10 to 8 cars you're driving, they have drivers. You fuel those cars you fuel those cars. So for example, if you come back as a senate and you don't loot money, how will you maintain those cars? So if I should become the Senate now, because I have access to 10 cars following me, I have access to 20 security men, I have access to 8, I have access to media. I would like to maintain that status, even if I'm coming back. I would like to loot money to be able to maintain those 8 cars that were following me to be fueling those cars, paying those security men following me, and then paying those media people. This is what encourages corruption.
Okay, you did a wonderful talk. You share your life journey, your experiences. You talk about your NGOs. You talk about the how we end the corruption. So thank you so much once again for coming to my show, sharing your ideas. I'm again grateful to you. So viewers, we have Stanley today. In next live show, we came another great personality. Will learn lot of new things. Till that, stay happy and be happy. Bye bye everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you.